So welcome back to the More Nick Ackerman channel, and I want to talk to you about why this is my main phone in 2025. Here it is. My hands. I'm just messing with you. I'm not showing it just yet because I want you to guess which phone is it. So take your guess, and here I'm going to go ahead and bring it in. So it is the iPhone 16 Pro. Yes, you heard that right, the 16 Pro. You might be shocked as to you got the larger 16 Pro Max you showcased on your main channel. Why are you using the smaller version? And I'll tell you why. First of all, you might have known if you've looked at my community post on the main channel that I recently had a baby. So right now, I was actually starting out by using the 16 Pro Max ever since it launched. But recently, I've been dropping the phone a lot with Babe, and it's definitely, not very convenient. Anybody who has kids know that you're fumbling a lot of things at once, especially in the earlier stages of that. So that's one of the first reasons. The second reason is that the 16 Pro here actually has the same exact performance as the 16 Pro Max. It also does have a really decent compromise between size. It's not like super light, but it's also not incredibly heavy either. So the 16 Pro is a good middle ground to me. Like, it's not too heavy, it's not too light. It feels premium, but it's not like too much to hold. It also extended the bezel, so it feels like a larger phone, but it doesn't like the screen feels larger, but it doesn't like give you that uncomfortable size with the hand. So it's almost a perfect sweet spot, I would say, at 6.3 inches. I can reach everything pretty easily. In addition to that, it doesn't feel like when I'm reading something that the screen is just too darn small. And on top of that, it also gives me a camera setup that is essentially the same as the bigger phone. So I don't have to sacrifice zoom. I don't have to sacrifice quality. I can still go different millimeters there. I can still hit the camera control button. I still have great 4K 60 video on the rear, on the front. I have great camera quality. So overall, it's just a smaller 16 Pro Max that's just more comfortable to use. I also really dig the silver color because it's just classic looking, and this is the actual color. So if it does scratch, you won't see like the paint chip off or anything like that. So it's just a very clean look. Now I know it doesn't look so good from a marketing perspective. Like, you just see it on a picture, it looks kind of bland. It's just a white phone, whatever. Or it's just a silver phone, just bland, regular color. But in person, it's a clean aesthetic that really tends to lend well to the day-to-day use. You just don't think about it too much. It basically goes with any case you want to use. You could slap basically any case on here and it goes well with it. Similar to like the black titanium would also be similar to that. So I quite like that. I also like how the 16 Pro's buttons are easier to reach just because of its size. So it's easier to reach the power button. It's easier to reach the volume rockers. I can basically one-hand this. Now I have pretty big hands, so for me, this kind of feels like a mini phone comparatively to like an S25 Ultra or a 16 Pro Max. But there's another really sweet thing about the 16 Pro here. So if I scroll up here and I go to battery, this phone actually has really good battery health. It actually lasts quite a long time, even though this is a smaller phone. So this phone right here, to me, I actually get through a full day quite easily. This actually has similar battery to like some older Max phones, like older, larger iPhones that you would always have to get the bigger one for. This one is similar to those, if not better than some of those. So this has really strong battery performance, and it's one of the reasons why it's my main driver here in 2025. Now, honestly, if it wasn't for Babe, I probably would be sticking just with the 16 Pro Max most of the time. And there is a lot of reasons why the 16 Pro Max is still the better option. It has even longer battery life, bigger display, which is more enjoyable for video and things of that sort, but it is much heavier and much bulkier to use than the 16 Pro. You might also be wondering, are you serious? You have the S25 Ultra and that's not your main phone? Well, you'd be wrong. That's actually my main Android phone. I use that phone. I have a SIM card in here as well. This is used for mostly work and stuff like that. So this is my main Android phone. This is my main daily phone because most people I'm talking to are using iMessage. So it's kind of like a necessary tool for great communication. Other than that, these are my two go-tos when I'm doing work stuff. I'm going to use the S25 Ultra. And then for the main right now, currently, this is the main one right here. So yeah, if you're ever wondering, a lot of people do ask me, what are you using? This obviously is going to change as a tech reviewer. It's constantly evolving and changing. I'm constantly reviewing new things. So I'm definitely going to upgrade to the newer phone. But there's a lot of different options. But for me, I could tell you that in this past year or so, I've been just not digging like super heavy, hefty, large phones in terms of like just daily practical use. They're very distracting, number one. They're also very heavy and stuff like that, but they are really great for power use. I will say that. I also have to tell you another honest truth about daily driver use. I actually have been teetering on, did I say teething? Teetering on, switching to foldables full time. I've been trying it with the Z Fold 6, but somehow I'm pulling it out right now. Somehow I always end up getting back to like a regular phone because it's just more practical for day-to-day use. But I have been switching my SIM for my work phone into the Z Fold 6 occasionally, and you could tell that I've definitely been using it, just about how dirty that case looks. This case was a lot cleaner when it was new, but if you see right there, you can definitely tell it's been getting some use. Look at the wear marks right there. So I've been between these two for my work phone, the Z Fold 6 and the S25 Ultra, but for my main daily, 16 Pro. And it's been excellent. It's also very polished, and I quite like that. In addition, Dynamic Island is pretty useful sometimes, and the Apple Intelligence is on board, along with, you could just use like ChatGPT and stuff like that as well. So it's been great. Let me know if you agree with a lot of my statements about the 16 Pro. Do you have one? And what phone did you think was my daily driver? And what phone is your daily driver? That's the question I want to know. What do you use as a daily driver? Yes, you watching the video. I'm curious to know why you chose the phone you chose, and if you think there's a better option for what the type of use that I'm talking about. I'm hearing rumors about a OnePlus 13 Mini. That would be really nice. That phone's a great option in the Android space, but it's also a very large phone as well. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching the Morning Ackerman channel. Be sure to be well, and peace.